Gold, which you all came here to find, brings you nothing but destruction and disaster.
Thomas Jane executive produces and stars in Murder at Yellowstone City. This all-star cast includes Richard Dreyfuss, Gabriel Byrne, and Isaiah Mustafa.
I give all my fame for Pine Vale and safety.
Safety. Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death but once.
Isaiah plays the outsider in our story, and he receives sort of unexpected help from the preacher and his wife. That's me.
Virginia.
It turns out that the preacher, played by Thomas Jane, is a former outlaw himself.
You gotta quiet those hands. Come on. Don't let the violence unsettle you.
I guess you'd call it a classical Western with some vengeance overtones. Westerns are American myths, you know. They're one of the few really powerful solely American creations, along with baseball and jazz.
This is my town. And these people, good or bad, are my people.
And the American Western has really permeated the culture worldwide, and you have to ask, you know, why that is, and why every few decades someone declares the Western dead.
What matters is law and order.
There's a fugitive. He killed people.
I think the 70s was sort of the last gasp of the classic Western period that went from 1930s all the way up to the 70s. And then 1980, Heaven's Gate came out. And by the way, I've seen Heaven's Gate, the director's cut, and it's really a phenomenal movie. I stayed away from it for years because it was such an unmitigated disaster.
I am innocent.
That man, he left me his horse. How could he be the killer? How'd he get there with no horse?
That kind of killed the Western, you know, 1980.
He's an innocent man.
I'm gonna put this killer in the ground.
1990, I think it was, Unforgiven came out. And that and Dances with Wolves kind of came out at the same time, and boom, the Western was resurrected. You have to ask why these stories keep capturing people. I think the answer is because we have an innate conflict between the individual and the individual's freedom and the mores and morals and constrictions of society. And the Western always, a good Western, explores this contradiction between a strong individual and society. And the society is represented by the town.
I've known men like your sheriff, too righteous to be right.
Let me tell you about justice.
The town is either good but weak, or it's strong but bad. In our Western here, we've got a strong but bad leader of the town.
Kill a man in this town, everybody knows there's a price to be paid.
Now, what about the truth?
Kill all those men, you gotta do something, Pop.
I'm actually a huge Western fan.
I want to get as far away from this place as I can. It's an evil place.
I grew up watching Westerns with the old man. All kinds of Westerns. We were both big fans. And so, in a way, you know, the Western is about fathers and sons and masculinity and the pitfalls of masculinity as well as the strengths of masculinity.
You're all murderers.
Preacher!
A necessary end will come when it will come.
It's a world that I've always related to and want to do more of. I want to do more Westerns. I'm going to direct a Western next year.
Load up! Victor!
Oh, God.
Drop it.
So much for your divine grace.